Hello everyone, and welcome to my Y and Our American TV Show official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Crimson Lights, Phyllis laments to Nick and Summer that Heather lived the last moments of her life with dread and violence. What's worse is that Daniel and Lucy now have to live knowing there is someone out there who would do this to Heather. Nick informs her they don't know how Heather died yet, and speculating isn't useful. They need to be there for Daniel and Lucy. Summer asks if she should go over and be with her brother or give him space. Phyllis says they should start putting together a memorial ceremony for Heather. Summer will help however she can. Phyllis can't imagine what her kid is doing right now. In her car, Sharon tells herself to calm down. She takes deep breaths and thinks that they won't lock her in for the rest of her life. She can't let that happen. She doesn't need Cameron anymore. This is her life and she's determined to repair this once and for all. Sharon really has to get Daniel and Lucy out of that place. Should she just wait till they leave? No, someone might see her there. She had to think of something else. Digging in the tote bag, she pulls out Heather's cell phone and looks for Daniel's contact info. In his apartment, Daniel's phone dings. He picks it up and reads it. Lucy enters and claims she couldn't sleep. Daniel claims he couldn't either. He says they will get through this. Her mom would want them to be strong and brave and lean on each other when they feel sad. Lucy says she'll be sad forever. Daniel feels Heather would want them to be happy again one day. I really believe with all my heart that she is going to be with us every step of the way, right here in our hearts. That's forever. Lucy wonders what he was looking at on his phone. Was there a message regarding her mom? Please tell me. Daniel continues, I got a message a few minutes ago. It came from your mom's phone. Lucy jumps up. She knew it was all a mistake. Mom's alive. In her car, Sharon sits holding Heather's phone and waits. In Daniel's apartment, he tells Lucy that someone found her mother's phone and wants to return it. That's all. I saw her body loose. There was no mistake. The text claims they found the phone and they're hunting for the owner. He needs to collect it in case there's a hint that informs them what happened to her. Lucy wants to come with him as she can't sleep. She has to be a part of this. Daniel agrees to let her come. Lucy insists they need to do this now. In her car, Sharon gets Daniel's text asking to meet to grab the phone ASAP. She says, yes, let's meet. Audra finds Kyle at Society and believes he's feeling fairly full of himself. She cautions this is not over and she won't roll over and hand him and Victor glissade on a plate. Kyle tells her it's done and what comes around goes around. She's wasting her time. Audra claims he's a fraud and has no concept what it's like to work for something and battle for anything. Kyle maintains it was just business. She's only going to wind up hitting her head against the wall. Audra will keep trying. She'll prove she can not only play with the big boys, but beat them. He's never had to struggle, but hers has been nothing left. I'll be damned if I let you take this away from me. Kyle smirks. I already have. On Crimson Lights patio, Nick proposes Phyllis and Summer ask Daniel and Lucy about a memorial service and let them decide whether they want help. Phyllis is so terrified that this whole affair will send Daniel back into that black hole. Summer says he's a different person now. He knows he has to hold it together, not just for himself, but for Lucy. They have to let him be the one in command. In her car, Sharon sees Daniel's car exiting the parking garage and slumps down in her seat. Once they've passed, she whispers, there they go. It's time. Sharon makes her way up the stairs to Daniel's apartment and allows herself in with Heather's keys. She pulls the bloodied towels out of the tote bag, flashes to mopping up Heather's blood, and shakes her head. Grabbing the towels and Heather's phone, she pushes them into Daniel's liquor cabinet and closes the cabinet door. At Crimson Lights, Claire remarks Kyle appears cheerful. Did something fantastic happen? He grins. You have no idea how great. She hears that Audra was dismissed and about Chance being back on the force. Summer says he's missed it, and he's good at it. She knows he'll do whatever he can for Daniel and Lucy. Phyllis feels she should to be with Daniel right now. My son is hurting. I'm itching for him too. At the club, Daniel tells Chance he was meant to meet the person with Heather's phone 15 minutes ago. Chance prompts him to text the guy again. He wonders if Heather's phone was password secured. Daniel promptly says, yeah, of course. Chance wonders, therefore, if they located the phone, how they were able to get into it. At society, Sally tells Audra she doesn't sure if fighting for Adam is in her best interest anymore. Audra reminds out that she said he still loved her. In a perfect world, would he be the man to give her what she wants? Sally muses about Chelsea being around. Audra begs her to forget about Chelsea and think of what they've meant to each other. That type of love doesn't just go away. Sally thinks neither does the kind of love Dad had for Chelsea. Audra claims it would if she fought hard enough. That's what she's going to do. She'll battle for what's properly hers. If it takes taking that backstabbing Kyle Abbott down, then that's what she'll do. We need to take what belongs to us. In the jazz lounge, Kyle tells Claire that he and Audra only had a fling and it's been over for a long time. Claire assures him she's not envious, but she's provoked by him being pleased because someone else is sad. He hopes she's not comparing him to the lady who stole his son. Claire replies of course not, but she sees a red flag when someone enjoys someone else's misfortune. Kyle insists it was a one-time only deal that he needed to execute to protect his future and Harrison's future. At Sharon's apartment, Faith says she's going back to bed. Her mother assures she'll stay put. They express their love and Faith heads upstairs. Sharon turns to see Cameron sitting on a nearby chair. She cusses him out for leaving her all alone in Daniel's flat. He says she did a terrific job. Now all she has to do is tell the police that there's proof in Daniel's apartment. Then she'll be done and will get the justice she deserves. At the club, Summer and Phyllis go in and witness Daniel and Chance rummaging through Heather's phone. They walk over to ask what's going on. Daniel tells them they may have a lead. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comment below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I will see you guys next time. Trade a circumstance where he got to shine, and Audra had no answer for it. Claire shrugs. Okay. She questions him being so delighted about it. Did she really deserve to be fired? It seems deceptive and underhanded. Kyle says she would have done it to him in a heartbeat. They couldn't work together. Therefore he intensified the process of getting rid of her. He won't apologize for that and wants to rejoice. He asks Claire to join him at the jazz lounge. At society, Audra confesses Sally she was about to murder Kyle Abbott. She explains she got fired. The investor put up a crazy competition to decide who was the top dog, and she lost. How Kyle's so impressed Victor is anybody's guess, but he did it. Then boom, I was out. Sally is extremely sorry. She understands how hard she worked to move the company away from Tucker. It's not fair. She asks what she'll do. Audra claims her inclination was to fight, but it's Victor Newman. Sally's been there. Audra doesn't want things to blow up in her face. Sally talks about everything blowing up and trying to figure out to go ahead. Audra tells her she's a good friend, but she wasn't talking about her just now. It was about her and Adam. Sally concedes, maybe a little bit, but she's not there to talk about her. Audra assures her she has all the time in the world. At the club, Daniel and Lucy stroll in and look around. Chance is sitting at the bar. They decide to sit and wait, so they walk up to Chance, who asks Lucy how she is. She says, not great. Chance informs her that her mom was a great lady. He lets them know he's back at the GCPD and he officially has Heather's case. Lucy frowns. Her case? Daniel wonders if he's suggesting Heather's death is now an official police probe. At Sharon's apartment, Faith feels relieved when her mother arrives through the door. She asks where she went so late. Sharon maintains that it's not that late. Faith responds that it's later than when she usually would go there. "It would have been nice if you'd told me." Sharon apologizes and claims she merely went for a drive. She assumed she was asleep. Faith claims that she didn't leave a message or respond any of her texts. Lucy's mother just died from going out alone at night. "You can't keep scaring us like this." On Crimson Lights Terrace, Summer and Phyllis don't understand why Heather would suddenly require time away. She would never do something like slipping out. She was a direct person. Summer questions why she'd end up near the river. Phyllis worries if she got attacked. Nick puts up his hands. "Okay. I adore you both, and I know you very, very well, obviously. I think instead of trying to come up with a bunch of wacky hypotheses as to what happened to Heather, I'm saying to you just keep out of it and let the cops sort it out." Okay. At the club, Daniel asks Lucy to let him talk to Chance in private. He sends her upstairs to see if her Aunt Summer is there. Daniel tells Chance he truly wants to know how this happened and why this happened. Chance will do everything he can to find those answers. He cared about her too. Daniel knows they have history. Chance says he asked for this case. "This is personal for me." Daniel pulls out his phone and shows him the messages. At Sharon's apartment, she apologizes for scaring Faith. She was getting restless and needed to go out, but now she's back and is totally safe. Faith asks, "Did it help you?" Sharon claims it did. It gave her time to ponder on things and to not dwell on the past anymore but count her blessings. She assures Faith that things will be better now. "I really believe that I turned a corner tonight." Sharon discovers that Faith texted Maria and feels awful that they don't trust her to leave the house. Faith explains that after what happened to Heather, they were afraid. Sharon admits that was bad. They have to be appreciative for every moment they spend together, because it might all be snatched away. Faith felt horrible for Lucy and was thinking of reaching out to her. She might wish to chat to somebody. Sharon thinks that's beautiful and thoughtful, but it might be smart to give her some time first. It's just all so fresh right now. Faith frowns. At the jazz lounge, Kyle asks Claire if she's still furious with him. She's not upset. She knows what it feels like to want to prove yourself. She advises if he's doing it for someone else, perhaps he should think about why that's so essential. Kyle needed to prove he belongs in the big leagues, and it feels pretty nice to say it and believe it. Audra felt she was better than him, but now she's unemployed. He's taking a lot of delight in that. Claire asks if this has anything to do with their romantic history. They did sleep together, didn't they? On Crimson Lights Terrace, Phyllis asks Nick if he's implying they shouldn't help with the inquiry. Nick admits her simply using the word inquiry concerns him. Summer agrees.